city network pierce the skyline, sensory supersaturation information.
Hi, I'm Alana Rodriguez. I'm a student here at Beauty Schools of America, and today I'm gonna demonstrate how to do a comb over with a skin fade. So my first step is gonna be my clipper closed, which is the 0, and I wanna do the guideline.
Men once were gods, counting the cost of nuclear holocaust after nuclear holocaust. What is it and what is it not? Will we change all the Jabberwock, Medusa, Mohawk, octopus, apocalypse, tentacles for genitals?
I did the 0 line with the clipper, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the trimmer line. What I wanna do is I wanna remove all this and try to stay under, always a little under this line, so it already blends in.
I got 99 red balloons, but a bitch ain't one. The witch's cunt was always busy when the malarkey was in port. The lone toothless regulars would be sworn by a raucous and ramshackle gaggle of privateers, opportunists, roustabout scallywags, salt dogs, prostitutes, scammers, urchins, drunkards, some fresh onto land after months away plundering, but most hoping to take advantage of the crew's newly acquired.
Now let's grab the clipper and open it, which is a half, and I'm gonna do my next guideline.
Bites, tall tales, gropes, mouldy pies and rap shanties were just as rampant. As it was Christmas Eve, most of the village were awake and all, many of whom were of respectable standing, reported that it was around 11:11 that a noxious gloopy red started staining the thick blanket of snow that covered the village, spreading outwards from the dense forest that marked the village border. The villagers further
Created my half subo basically, and now I'm gonna start working on this, not the bottom line, but I'm gonna start working on this at a quarter, with the machine at a quarter, which is basically the lever at half of where it opens.
For extended periods. After Mr. Purse passed on, she remained in his house with what seemed to be a daughter, fathered by the cobbler, shunned by the rest of the villagers. Grotesque parodies of aristocratic attire, 2 of the attendants dragged the boy in front of the judge. He struggled violently against the grip his jewelry wrapped morbidly percussive march. One of the attendants ripped his baseball cap off his head, and they forced him to his knees. Pseudo-memories, phantasmagoria.
The bottom line now, what you want to do is close the machine all the way and just be very light. You don't want to take it up.
Although all of his name lapels had been cut out of his clothes, the only clue to his identity was a handkerchief monogrammed with the initial J. He was reported to be clutching a thin foil strip of tablets that did not correspond to any medication known at the time. His identity was never ascertained, although the investigation...
Alright, now what I did was I put a guard on it, the half guard on the machine, and I opened it up, which makes it a 1 basically, and I'm going to do another guideline.
Although once the curse was lifted, so was its costly preservation of the ship, which then had a lot of decay to catch up on. We lost many men as it suddenly...
I'm done with the clipper part of the haircut. Now what I'm going to do is use my shears. First I'm going to wet the hair, and then I'm going to detail the haircut with my shears, and then we'll be done.
Blubbering kitten fetus souffles were served to the usual intolerable crowd of meta-tattooists, unnecessary surgeons, gore weavers, body theorists, amongst the quite frankly pedestrian omni-limb bondage contraptions and intel piercings. The obvious highlight was Jean Park's Crimson Snow.
Alright, now so what I'm going to do now is do his edges with my trimmer, and I'll be done. Now I'm basically going to clean up with the straight razor what I did with the trimmer. I'm just going to clean it up, just take off all the little hairs that remain. Alright, so this is how the comb over looks with a skin fade.
Surprised to see a thick layer of crimson snow blanketing the playground. Her transfixed gaze was broken by the sound of someone shuffling behind her.